Hello and welcome everyone to our latest online event here at the University of California, Merced. My name is Ricky Hill and I am the e-recruiter here at UC Merced. Thank you once again for joining us for this very exciting, huge event tonight. We are so thrilled that you could join us for Celebrating with Bobcats, You're Admitted. It's one of our very first events, part of a Become a Bobcat, a virtual series. So once again, a very big welcome to all of you here with us tonight. Before we get started, let me go ahead and give you a couple of quick tips. If you'd like to adjust your audio settings, you can do so in the lower left corner of your screen by clicking the audio settings button. If you would like to adjust the size of your screen, you can do that by clicking view options in the upper portion of your screen. Lastly, and most importantly, we would love to get to your questions tonight, and we do have a Q&A button located at the lower portion of your screen. You can click on that anytime throughout this event, and you can send in your questions. We are fully staffed and ready to get to all of your burning questions tonight. We have a huge panel of experts behind the scenes, and we will also be taking some of those questions live towards the end of this presentation. We also have student panelists on with us as well, so you'll get their firsthand perspective from being a Bobcat. So in just a moment, you will have the great pleasure to be meeting our Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs. We will also have a great presentation that is jam-packed with information for you related to what you do now that you're admitted. What next? We also have some exciting giveaways for you tonight, so definitely stay tuned and keep your ears perked for that. We definitely want you to take full advantage of entering those contests. We have a couple to offer you, so definitely stay tuned. And as I mentioned a moment ago, we also have some student panelists on with us, so current Bobcats who can lend you their firsthand experience here at UC Merced. And lastly, we will give you one more opportunity for another live giveaway. At this time, once again, my name is Ricky Hill. I'm an e-recruiter here at UC Merced. A huge welcome to you. We're so excited to have you here tonight. It is now my great honor and privilege to hand things over to our Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs, Dr. Charles Neese.
Great, thanks, Ricky, and congratulations to all of you. It is so exciting to know that all of you have already received your admissions offer to UC Merced because we want you, we welcome you to be part of the Bobcat family here at UC Merced. And to all the family members that might be watching, we know that you don't get there by yourself, right? I have two high school students myself in my house, and we know that we all work together in supporting our scholars. So congratulations to all the parents and family members and guardians that are watching as part of this as well, because we know that so much of the accomplishments that your scholars have made is because of the support that you have provided. This is an exciting time for you all as you look at the opportunities that lay in front of you and the choices that you will make for your educational future. And we hope that you will choose UC Merced, because this is a really exciting time to join our campus and to join our community. So much is happening. You may have heard that we recently received a large grant to really look at the future of food. And so while a lot of people don't think we do agriculture, we're actually going to be starting a smart farm on our campus using our mechanical engineering technology to really look at what the future of food might be about. And that opportunity exists for our scholars to participate in that research. The governor also surprised us and showed up back in the fall and announced that he was giving $400 million to UC Merced to help start medical education. And we're super excited that in this fall, we should be breaking ground on a brand new medical education building. And those of you that will be joining the campus will benefit from those opportunities as we continue to partner with UC San Francisco, which has a campus down in Fresno, and began to grow and develop that medical education program here at UC Merced. Our cognitive science program, which is a program a lot of people haven't heard about, is doing amazing things around artificial intelligence and the way that we are looking at and thinking about the future. And our math program has just launched a brand new data science opportunity to look at big data and how we understand and manage big data. We also have become home to the UC System-Wide Center for Climate Justice as we look at the climate changes that are happening all around us and the impact that that has on our world, both from a scientific lens as well as from a social science lens, and how societies will continue to move forward and live in that forefront. We also are super excited because a couple of our faculty will be doing Shakespeare in the Park again. And when I mean in the park, I mean in Yosemite National Park. So a group of our faculty rewrite Shakespeare, and then our students help perform Shakespeare up in Yosemite National Park. All of just as a little bit of the amazing research that is happening at UC Merced, the creation and generation of new knowledge. And we know that our undergraduate scholars that join our institution will be part of that process. and helping work side by side with our faculty and with their peers, and that ability to generate that new information, that new knowledge, and to be involved in some of this cutting edge research that is happening at UC Merced. And so much of that is a big reason why we hope that you look at and consider the opportunities that exist. I had an opportunity last week to have lunch with a group of our scholars, and I'm so excited that we've got some of our scholars that will be sharing their stories and their journeys with you as part of tonight's webinar, because they tell the story. And they have amazing experiences, and I feel so honored to be able to be on a campus and work with such great students. But in that conversation last week, some of them were sharing why they chose to come to UC Merced. Some of it was our affordability. Tomorrow, we'll be sending out our financial aid notices, and many of you will learn about the financial aid awards that will support your educational journey here at the university. A lot of them talked about how beautiful the campus is and the opportunity to be in these brand new buildings and these new spaces. And we hope that you will sign up if you haven't already, come to campus and be part of a tour and see more of those great spaces that we're so excited to share with you. A lot of them also talked about how accessible our faculty are and the fact that we don't teach large lecture halls and the opportunity for students to really truly be engaged in that environment. And a lot of them said that it's the opportunity to get involved, that at UC Merced, we're always creating new opportunities and students are generating a lot of them themselves, creating new clubs and new organizations. And that's an exciting thing for them. But to a person, all of the students that I had lunch with talked about the power of our community, the sense that our community is a welcoming place, a friendly place, a place that cares about you and will support your educational journey. And that's what I'm super proud of, that UC Merced is that community of scholars that will support you and support your success as you come and complete your educational journey. So I'm hoping that you will learn a bunch of wonderful information tonight as part of this webinar series. But more importantly, I hope that you will get that sense about UC Merced, that we are here for you, that we will support you and we'll support your educational journey, and that we welcome you to the Bobcat family. So again, congratulations to all of you for everything that you have accomplished that has brought you to this point, that you have been admitted to the University of California, the premier research university system in the world. Congratulations, have a fantastic night, and enjoy the rest of the webinar. And I turn it back over to you, Ricky.
Thank you so much, Dr. Neese. What a fantastic welcome to this huge audience that we have tonight. We cannot express how excited we are to be here with you. So right now we'd like to go into one of those first giveaway opportunities for you. If you haven't already discovered, we do have several platforms that you can follow us on social media. One in particular that we are offering a very special giveaway exclusive to this population who is in attendance with us tonight is on our Instagram channel. As you can see on your screen, this would be a good opportunity to grab your smartphone and go ahead and take a quick screenshot so you can reference this later. And also keep in mind later on, we will be showing this again. So in case you miss it now, or you have a friend that logs in a little bit later during the event, they will also have an opportunity later on to take note. Quickly, I'll go over these steps for you to make sure that you are eligible. So the first one you're already doing, you can check off number 1 because you are here with us tonight. The second one is just to do a quick follow of our Instagram account, which is at Life at UC Merced. The next step would be a quick emoji. So whatever your favorite celebration emoji is, just to show your spirit and how excited you are to be admitted to UC Merced. That is your choice of your favorite emoji. And then also tag a friend. If for some reason you don't have a friend that you think would be interested, I'm sure you do have a few, but if not, you can always tag our most lovable mascot at Rufus Bobcat. All right, so all of those requirements do need to be met by Pacific Standard Time of 11:59 tonight. So you only have a couple of hours once this event is over to go ahead and try and win this giveaway. As you can also see on your screen, we will be doing the live giveaway tomorrow at 6 p.m. And that will be on an Instagram live. So you will see my face again, as well as some of our student staff, and we will be doing that giveaway live. You don't have to be present to win, so we still hope that you join us just to get some more excitement going and rally around you being admitted to UC Merced. Lastly, on this screen, you also see another Instagram handle, and that is UC Merced Tours. So if you haven't yet had an opportunity to take a tour of our beautiful campus, you will have an opportunity to go to their Instagram account and follow them at UC Merced Tours. You can take a look at some of the gorgeous photography that they have there, as well as reach out if you would like to schedule a tour. One more quick note, we do have some restrictions that apply for this giveaway, but those will be listed online. So definitely just take a look at those top 4 steps right above. And we hope to see you online and joining our Instagram family. At this time, I'd like to hand things over to one of my colleagues, Iona, to get us started.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Ricky. It's such a pleasure to welcome you all, to congratulate you all. Hopefully you'll find that UC Merced is your new home for the next 4 years. My name is Iona Nee, and I'm the Assistant Director of Domestic Recruitment with the Undergraduate Office of Admissions at UC Merced. I am also a UC Merced alumna. Myself and my colleague, Juan Carlos Lopez, will provide a brief overview of what to expect now that you're admitted. Know that there are a lot of important dates and deadlines and upcoming admitted student events, but do not worry, we're offering a lot of webinars for you to learn more regarding housing, financial aid, orientation. So do stay tuned throughout March and April. But before we dive into what those next steps are, I'd like to provide a brief overview of UC Merced. We know that many students may not have had the opportunity to visit our beautiful campus yet, operative word being yet, so we hope to welcome you on campus in person soon. I'm going to provide a brief overview of Merced, some facts about our wonderful campus, what makes us unique, and how UC Merced may be the right fit for you. Because I know for myself, once I finished my campus tour after I was admitted, I knew Merced was the right place for me, and it was definitely one of the best decisions I made going into university. All right, so UC Merced, as you know, is the newest and 10th addition to the University of California system. We are located in the heart of California. As you can see on the map on the slide, Merced is literally located in the center of the state. And we are about 17 years old. So we're truly the definition of a very modern, technologically savvy campus. And we are one of the more sustainable campuses in the nation. And what's unique about our campus is our proximity to Yosemite National Park. So if you love the outdoors, you love nature, you can be a park ranger at Yosemite. We have our 2-year program with the Yosemite Leadership Program. We also have a summer program where you can live in the cabins in Yosemite and you work there as a park ranger. We also have our Sierra Nevada Research Institution. As you may know, the University of California, one of our pillars is research. A lot of things that you all utilize every single day has probably been patented or invented at the UC system, for example, like the internet. And at UC Merced, we do a lot of research within Yosemite. Both of my roommates, they were environmental engineers, and they got to go to Yosemite quite often to research water and soil samples. Also note that Merced is in the center of a lot of different activities. We're about 2 hours away from the beach. We know many of you come from coastal cities. The closest beach is Santa Cruz, just about a 2-hour drive. And if you love the outdoors, the camping, the hiking, you like to ski or snowboard, Yosemite is less than a 2-hour drive. If you want to go to the nearest large urban metropolitan area, we have San Francisco, the Bay Area, and our capital, Sacramento, just about 2 hours away. But note that Merced, we are a major city and we do have the same amenities as a lot of urban areas. Yes, we have a downtown area. It's a sprawling, revitalized area. We have a movie theater in downtown. We have a lot of shopping, eateries, nightlife if you're of age. We also have a mall. We have Target, Costco, In-N-Out. So yes, we have your basic necessities in the city of Merced. And what's great is we have our own university bus transportation called the Cat Tracks. Myself, I didn't have a car my freshman year, so I was able to utilize that bus system to get everywhere, to the off-campus eateries, to the downtown area, to the mall. And note that being that we're the youngest campus in the system, we're the smallest in terms of student population. We have around 9,000 students total. And note that most of our students are undergraduate students. That means you all, those who are obtaining a bachelor's degree. So how does that benefit you? Because most of our students are undergraduates, that means that most of our support services, our resources, are geared for all of you undergraduate students. UC Merced actually ranked the #1 campus in the UC system for students who have engaged in creative projects and research with faculty and staff. So students like that they have the opportunity to network and connect with faculty. They're not competing with as many students for these opportunities. So as long as you put yourself out there, you can definitely maximize what's available at UC Merced. I also like to note that students love that they have the opportunity to create the culture and identity of Merced. Over 60% of our students are involved. As you can see, we have over 200 different clubs and organizations. So if we don't have a club that fits your interest, you can easily create that here. And many of our students are founders of different organizations and events. And lastly, we host over 200 events every year. And even during the pandemic, we have hosted a lot of virtual events. So note that because Merced is a growing town, we're excited to bring a lot of events on and off campus. All right, and now we'll take it away with Juan Carlos Lopez to share an overview what to expect now that you are admitted.
All right, congratulations, everyone. Welcome to tonight's webinar. My name is Juan Carlos Lopez. I'm one of the admissions advisor. I do basically Southern California. So some of you might, if you live in Southern California, you probably see me out on the road and what have you, or Zoom meeting. But there are ways for you to really become involved in what's going on this year by looking at our Bobcat series highlights and the following next steps. What to do next in regards to what you need to do in regards to making sure you follow everything through so that you'll be able to attend UC Merced in the fall. Also, you're going to get financial aid information, housing, transportation, and dining, and of course, student life. All these are very important components to basically becoming a successful student in regards to getting ready for the next level of your education. And that's one of the things that a lot of you need to start thinking about. It's not just about being admitted and that's it. Oh, I'm done. I've been admitted, and therefore I'm just going to sit back and relax and wait for those stuff. It actually takes a lot from you as well in regards to participating in what needs to be done and what needs to be completed before you start here in the fall at UC Merced. One way to start, next slide please. One way to start is basically by looking at what is offered in regards to our tours. You could do a guided tours and virtual tours, which is kind of nice. You do the group tours with your family. You're going to bring up your family and kind of showcase what the university offers you and what the university life experience might be. That's something that you and your family can experience as a group or as an individual. Or you could bring the whole family, hop on a van and bring them up. We also do have virtual tours. You don't necessarily have to leave your home, but it is important to understand that the best experience that you'll receive from understanding the community is basically being there in person. And if you have no time for that, we also have live and self-guided tours. And this is a way for you to basically just kind of go on the internet and kind of look at these tours from the air, from drones and what have you, and by looking at different buildings. And specifically, if a lot of you are thinking about, oh, I'm going to be a science major or an engineer major or humanities, you're allowed to actually visit some of these buildings from a float from the top and look at them as a whole. But one of the things that we want to make sure that you understand is that we want to give you all the tools and essentially for you to actually get exposed to what UC Merced can offer you in regards to the housing, the buildings that are up and running. And keep in mind too that as my colleague Iona had mentioned to you, being the newest campus in the system, we do have the ability or the advantage in regards that a lot of our buildings are smart buildings, and it makes it even unique into who we are as a campus. Next slide, please. But one of the things too also is that a lot of you, when you start thinking about planning and thinking about our campus as a destination for your education, we also want to come out to your community and making sure that we provide you with the information. This is where it gives you an opportunity for you to meet some of the staff, but also get information from financial aid, from the admissions aspect, from housing. And the reason for that we want to do that is because we understand that a lot of you might not travel out to UC Merced, so we'll go to you. So some of the events to look for, we have three of them coming up in this spring. One in Sacramento, Friday, April the 1st. So make sure that if you were invited to that, please try to attend. Just because, again, if you have any questions or concerns, this will be a best place for you to get those questions answered. But at the same time, if we can't answer that question, we'll definitely find the solution that you're looking for. And then the next one will be in Santa Clara, April 2nd. And then the last one will be down in Southern California, down in the LA area. And again, we invite you to come and talk to us about your any situations or any concerns you may have, because again, and this is a good way also to bring your family and kind of introduce them to us as well. We get to know who they are, and knowing that you're thinking about UC Merced as a campus of choice. We also want to reassure you that we do these because we want to make sure that we provide you with the enough information, so at the end of the day, you and your family can make the right decision for yourselves. Next slide, please. And also for your experiences, and this is one of the things that we really want to invite you to, is that we do have our on Saturday, April 23rd, we do have a Bobcat day on campus. This is where again you get to really walk around campus, take tours, uh, meet the staff, and get an idea of what life will be like when you see a lot of students at one place at UC Merced. And it's a great day, from 9 to 2 o'clock. You get to go to different workshops, financial aid, housing, some of the programs that we offer, some of the clubs that we offer on our campus. You get to meet and talk to some of the students who attend UC Merced, and get to understand why students at UC Merced decided to come to our campus. And this is a good way for you to, again, bring your family, explore the campus, and get exposed to how beautiful this campus is. And you get to see where we are located personally when you do come up to campus as you start planning to move along. Next slide, please. But one of the great things that you have to start doing, and as I mentioned to you earlier, that just because you've been admitted doesn't necessarily mean that you're done. It works both ways. You do your part, we do our part, making sure that we are connected together. Now, a lot of you probably created a UC Merced Connect to get a lot of information. Through Connect at UC Merced, this is where you're going to get a lot of information that's important to you. The student checklist, admissions review, admissions decision, your financial aid, your course registration, UC Merced email, and then all this other information that you may need in order for you to really guide yourself to get ready for the first day of schooling. So a lot of you who have created an account, and if you haven't already, I recommend that you do that, because this is where you can get all the information that is essential to you so that you'll be able to be started in the fall of 2022. And keep in mind that fall 2022, you might say, oh, it's several months away. When you blink, it's already here. And so you really got to start making those decisions. And the reason for that is because there's a lot of things that are going to be happening between now that you've been admitted all the way to you start school. Next slide. One of the great things too that you're going to be given in this Connect homepage is that, again, you're going to be looking at your financial aid, your admissions events, my checklist, my housing, and my course updates. Now, keep in mind that a lot of you who, for example, if you change the course in high school, then you could actually go to my course update. You could actually tell us, hey, I changed this course, or you've struggled in the class, you can do that as well. Again, all this information becomes really important for you. So again, it becomes where you have to do your part while we do our part in informing you and giving you plenty of information so that at the end of the day, you make the right decision for yourself. As an example of this, next slide, please, you're going to see what the checklist will look like in regards to this. And then what you're going to see is that what requirements that are needed to be completed and identify to specific resource or an office. This is a good way for you to really, again, get things done. That would include your financial aid, acceptance letter. That would include your housing, and a lot of things that come along with just being part of the Bobcat family. So we do really recommend that connecting to UC Merced. This is a good way for you to really stay afloat and stay on guard in regards to what is due, because you're going to find out down the road tonight as to when things are going to be due from your end. From your transcripts to telling us that you're coming to our campus and what have you. And this is going to be very important. So again, just because you've been admitted and we put this in front of you or making you remind you is because it is an important factor that you really look at this website in regards to what you need to give us in regards to continue your admissions to our campus. And keep in mind that deadlines are very important. So for that reason alone, next slide, please. It is important for you to understand that all of you who are considering UC Merced, you have to submit your SIR or student intent to register by May 1st. Please keep in mind this is an important date. This is where you basically declare that you want to be part of the UC Merced family, which we welcome all of you with open arms. And one of the great things that for you to do this is that you got to make sure that you stay in contact with your Connect, and to make sure that you also, another great thing about Connect is that if you need to contact us, this is a good way for you to really get that information out to us. So be mindful of that, and so that you'll be able to, again, the most important part of all this tonight is that you stay in contact with your Connect at UC Merced, because this is the information, or the centralized information that you're going to be utilizing for the next several months. And then once you commit to UC Merced, this will be your hub where you basically will do everything from registration to looking to other things for you as an individual.
All right, and thank you, Juan Carlos, for the wonderful presentation. Reminder, May 1st is the day to formally accept your admissions office, also known as SIR, Statement of Intent to Register. So again, we hope UC Merced is your home for the next 4 years. But let's quickly dive into housing at UC Merced, because as you may find, when you're looking to attend university, living on campus is one of the main aspects to ensure a smooth transition and get acclimated at that university. At UC Merced, we guarantee housing for 2 years for first-year students, and our studies find that students who live on campus their first year tend to do better academically and socially. Think about it. If you're living on campus and you're not a morning person, the classroom's not a long, far walk away. If you don't like to cook, the dining center prepares everything for you to eat. But however, if you do like to cook, there are community kitchens that you can utilize. But also note that when you're living on campus, it allows you to take advantage of those activities, to get involved. If you're looking to play sports, and you're also, more importantly, looking to network with faculty and staff, because after lectures and classes, your professors provide office hours, and these hours will range. And you may know that the college schedule will definitely vary from the high school schedule that you may be used to. So we find that students who live on campus perform better, have higher retention rates, meaning that they are more likely to return their second year after living on campus the first year. And if you're like me, I didn't know a single soul going to UC Merced when I moved into the dorms. And it really allowed me to create my community, to find who have similar values with, what I want to get involved with. And it definitely allowed me to take advantage of all the tutoring services on campus. So what's unique about the way the UC Merced dorms are built is that it provides somewhat of a city center feel, where the classrooms and dorms are on the, or I should say the classrooms and office spaces are on the first floor and the dorms are on the second floor, to really provide that city center feel. And we also have living learning communities at UC Merced. These are residential themed halls that have different values. And this is where you can choose to live with other admitted students who have similar values to you. And the living learning communities range from social justice to leadership to sustainability, those who are in the biological sciences or sciences major and want to pursue careers beyond becoming a doctor, some other health tech careers. So note that when you're looking to apply for housing, you can opt to live in living learning communities. And what's a great feature about the living learning communities is that they require a networking component, where this facilitates opportunities to connect with staff and faculty. So at UC Merced, you are guaranteed 2 years of housing as long as you submit the housing application by the deadline. In the next few slides, we'll discuss what that housing process looks like. Here's a nice snapshot of the variety of dorms you can choose to live in at UC Merced. We offer everything from a single up to a quadruple. And note that the price will vary based on how many students you live with. So it truly depends on you, how many students you want to live with. If you want more of a privacy, or if you're like me, just want to socialize, meet as many people. And note that when you're selecting or submitting your housing application, you'll have the opportunity to rank your preferences, and everything is fully furnished in the dorms. You literally need to bring yourself and your clothes, maybe a TV, maybe your fridge or microwave. If you're really into playing Xbox or PlayStation, you can bring that as well. As you can see in the photos, we provide the bed, the mattress, the desk, the cabinet space, the chairs. And what's really cool about our dorms is that they're very technologically savvy, in a sense where the laundry system emails and texts you when it's done. So yes, say you want to go to class, but you don't need to do your laundry really quick, you could chuck in your laundry, go to class, and you can have the laundry system alert you when it's done. That way, once you finish class, you can time it properly. And note that a lot of our dorms do have computer labs. There's computer labs on almost every floor. There are the community kitchens on the main floors, and there are also community centers. Some of our dorms will have a recreational center for you to hang out with friends. If you want to play foosball, as you can see on the screen here. We also have gyms and recreation centers located throughout campus. We have our Olympic-sized swimming pool and our competitive soccer field. So all of these amenities are included in your tuitions and fees when you come to UC Merced. As I always tell students, when you're admitted to our campus, take advantage of these amenities because you're paying for it in your tuition and fees. And how to apply for housing. We'll know that the housing application opens up on March 14th. But before you can actually submit the application, you have to be committed to UC Merced. So you must first submit your SIR in the Connect platform, as Juan Carlos demonstrated to you. And you must wait 24 hours after submitting your SIR. And that will allow the housing application system to be alerted that you are now an incoming enrolled student. And you must submit your housing application by May 4th. Note that this is a two-step process. You don't just submit the application by May 4th, you must also sign the housing contract by May 9th, and this will guarantee you housing. And say you want to commit to UC Merced before May 1st, you're more than welcome to submit your housing application well before May 4th, as long as it's 24 hours after committing to UC Merced. And in regards to the roommate selection, that process will come in the summertime. If you already know someone who's also going to Merced and you want to live together, you're more than welcome to request each other. But if you're like me, don't know anyone, you'll be submitting essentially a roommate compatibility form, and they will connect you with someone who's most compatible to you. I will say it worked out like a charm because my roommate was my roommate for all 4 years while I was at UC Merced. And let's quickly dive into the cost at UC Merced and how we can make it affordable. So know that when you're considering where to attend a university, the cost to attend is a partnership between you, your family, and the university. And at UC Merced, we ranked #1 for public universities in the nation for providing need-based aid. So UCM also stands for University at Cash Money because we are quite generous. As you can see here, 91% of our students receive some form of financial aid, and we're quite proud that we can provide the opportunity for many students to attend university and to receive a higher education. As a public university, we're here to provide equity and accessibility, and we're proud that we are #1 for public universities for providing need-based aid, and that we ranked #2 in the nation for the least amount of debt incurred by our graduates. And as you can see here, our average gift aid is around $18,000. What is gift aid? Gift aid is like a gift. It is free. Gift aid is free money. That will be grants and scholarships. Many students receive gift aid that exceeds the cost of tuition. So we're quite proud that many students do not have as much debt to obtain their degree at UC Merced. Note that housing and our Office of Financial Aid will have their own separate webinars as part of our Become a Bobcat series. So if you have questions geared towards financial aid and housing, we do encourage you to attend those webinars. One of our admissions staff can put the link to all of our webinars in the chat. That way you can prepare for all of those upcoming events. All right, now to summarize a lot of information that we've shared, because yes, there are a lot of moving parts when you're determining where to commit and once you're beginning that enrollment process. So let's recap. You're here tonight, March. This is an exciting time. You're admitted, you're exploring. We hope to see you on campus at Bobcat Day, a campus tour. And if you don't have the opportunity to come visit us, we hope to see you at our admin receptions, as we have 3 located throughout the state. And April is an opportunity for you to continue connecting with us, attending our Next Steps admitted presentation. So note that we will be offering admitted student presentations every Tuesday in March and every other Tuesday in April. They will dive deeper into the nuances of what you need to complete to maintain your admissions offer and to essentially meet your conditions of admissions. And May, again, as we mentioned, is that last day to formally accept your admissions offer and to say, yes, I want to be a UC Merced Bobcat. So again, we hope that UC Merced is your home for the next 4 years. And in terms of financial aid, I would like to share that the Connect platform will begin to display your financial aid award letter later this week. So please do check the platform to review your financial aid award letter. A reminder, if you have not already, please select UC Merced on your FAFSA or the CADA, whichever financial aid application you apply for. The CADA is the California Dream Act. Once you select UC Merced, our Office of Financial Aid and Scholarship can begin to process your financial aid award letter. And note that mid-March, the Office of Financial Aid will begin to send out physical financial aid award letters to you, which you'll receive in the mail. So again, later this week, check out the Connect platform to see if your financial aid award letter is displayed. And please be sure to check the financial aid icon. All right, we'll go back into the Next Steps timeline. Throughout the summertime is when you will be required to submit a lot of documentation. So note that as part of your admissions offer, there is a conditions of admission, meaning you not just maintaining your eligibility, but also ensuring that you're submitting important documentation like your transcripts and any test scores like the advanced placement AP exams. And throughout summertime is also when you'll be attending orientation. Orientation will take place in the month of July, and you'll receive more information later this month and in April in regards to the dates and how to register for orientation. And this is also when you'll connect with your academic advisor online throughout summer. Your academic advisor will reach out to you to help you plan for the coursework you'll be taking in the fall semester and how to register for that respective coursework. And note that UC Merced is on the semester system. Therefore, we begin classes at the end of August. So mid-August is when you receive your financial aid. You'll be like, woo, I'm balling, I have all this money, I got my financial aid award letter. And then the next day, it'll pay off all your tuition and fees and housing. Move-in will happen a couple days before the first day of instruction. There'll be a move-in weekend. You'll receive more information from housing throughout the summer in regards to who your roommates are and your assigned move-in date and time. And then lastly, instruction begins on August 24th. Note that we have a huge tradition before the first day of classes. It is called our bridge crossing. You may have seen that photo in one of the slides earlier, where we have the entire campus community welcome all of you incoming newly admitted students on campus, where the tradition is you walk through our beginning sculpture as a way to welcome you and signify your journey at UC Merced. So we're really eager to welcome you all on campus, everyone. Again, reminder to check your Connect platform for your financial award letter later this week. And we hope that you sir by May 1st, if not sooner, right? Because the sooner you study Merced, the sooner you can submit your housing application, the sooner you can select your orientation date and continue connecting with our campus partners. But thanks again, everyone, and congratulations. And now we'll take it away to Ricky.
All right, at this time, we will go ahead and move on in our program, and we would like to start talking about some student panelists. So we do have them here with us. We're so excited to have them. Nothing like hearing directly from our current UC Merced Bobcats. At this time, let's go ahead and get things started with our first student panelist, Haley.
Hi guys, as you guys know, my name is Haley Jenkins. I'm currently a first year here at UC Merced, and I chose my major to be biological sciences, with the emphasis in molecular and cell biology. And my intended graduating year is spring of 2025. So the main reason that I chose UC Merced was that it was because of the small campus and the small class sizes and small student to teacher ratios. One thing that was really important to me was that I wanted to be able to get to know my professors and that they know I was there and attentive. And I just wanted to be more than a number to them. Like, I didn't want to have to like reach out 20 different times to them just for them to be like, oh yeah, maybe I should help them or something, because they just have too many students or there's just too much going on for them. So that's one of the main reasons I chose UC Merced. And another reason I chose it was because of the many different research opportunities here. This is, as I said before, this is a research school. And since I am a biological science major, that's really interesting to me. And I wanted to do more research towards neurology personally. So I heard about that and I wanted to join. And it's also a little bit easier to get in here because it's not as competitive, because there's not as many kids, and it's also easier to get to know your professors. As of right now, my campus involvement isn't a lot because I am only a first year and this is just my second semester. But some things I'm involved in. I'm involved in the living learning community on my floor. I live in Glacier, like they said before. So that's pretty interesting. I'm in the Bond House and we learn about different computer science things. And some of my plans after I leave UC Merced is to join medical school because my ultimate goal is to become a neurologist. I hope you guys are having fun here at this broadcast tonight. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Martin Arredondo. I'm from Silmar. I'm a fourth year here at UC Merced. My major is political science. I'm about to graduate this spring of 2022. Some reasons why I chose UC Merced is because of the diversity that the campus offers, as well as the tight-knit community. And what I mean by that is, for me, I'm Hispanic, specifically I'm Mexican, and for me, having this campus be a HSI, a Hispanic serving institution, is really important to me because I like to be in spaces where I feel welcomed and where I feel represented. And that's one of my main driving forces to come to UC Merced. I feel like I have a strong sense of belonging, and I felt welcome since the first time I stepped on campus. In terms of some of my involvements, I am involved with the Sikh Student Association. For those that don't know, Sikhi is a religion commonly found in India. And I think that also speaks to the culture here at UC Merced. I'm not Indian, nor do I identify with that religion, but I feel very welcomed in that club. And that kind of speaks to the culture we have here on campus. Regardless of your identification, you're welcomed in all spaces. In addition to that, I'm also part of the boxing club, the music club, and the Super Smash Bros. Club. Those kind of are just some of my interests outside of school. I like to box, I like to stay active, as well as play video games. In terms of my plans after my time here at UC Merced, which is coming up, I really want to work within student affairs. I want to work with underrepresented individuals at the high school or college level. So what that may look like is being involved in some sort of like AVID program within the high school level. And yeah, thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Celeste. I am a sociology major. I transferred from Cerritos Community College. I come from the LA area. I plan on graduating this upcoming, well, it's already spring. I plan on graduating in May 14 as a sociology major, so I'm very excited for that. But while here at UC Merced, the things that I've enjoyed are the outdoors. I know that this campus is known to be in the middle of nowhere, but in reality, we're in the middle of everywhere. I've actually visited a couple national parks around the area, like Yosemite, Sequoia, a national park that's close to Nevada. I forgot the name of it. And then I hope to soon explore other ones, like there's one in between the 101 and the 5. So there's plenty of things to do. So that's actually one of the reasons why I chose Merced, because of the close proximity to Mother Nature and all that, as well as I like the fact that as the campus is growing, so am I. That has always been something that I've felt here on campus. I've also felt very welcome, and something that, well, two groups that have helped me feel more welcome onto campus was the TRV program, which is a transfer, returning, and veteran program for transfer students, veterans, and returning students as well, and as well as Hermanas Unidas. I've also been involved with the Community Engagement Center, and I volunteer within the city to clean up the parks in certain regions of the city of Merced. So that's actually been kind of fun, as well as participating in this Yosemite facelift. And something that I plan on doing after UC Merced, because it is coming up, is actually working within the education system. So I do plan on getting my master's pretty soon. But for the meantime, I hope to get a job within the education system. So that's being something like what Martin said, working with AVID or like with the student union in the high schools, or just becoming part of the UC system and being a representative for a UC school. So I'm very excited for my future. And yeah, now I'll pass it on to Oscar. Thank you.
So good evening, everybody. So my name is Oscar Cortez, of course. So my hometown is actually Bakersfield. So I am a Central Valley student. I am a first-generation student as well. I am expected to graduate in the fall of 2022. So I am going to my 9th semester here at the UC Merced. I am studying applied mathematics with an emphasis in physics, and I'm also minoring in natural science education. And some things that I'm involved with here at UC Merced is, of course, I am a student tour guide lead here. I do work at the Welcome Center, and I do help with coordinating group tours among the schools that do want to visit our campus, and also here and there also give tours to many families that do decide to come visit us, which again, feel free to schedule a tour with us. We'll be more than gladly to host you and be able to give you guys a tour here. But also, I am a Bobcat homework helper tutor and also a natural science education helper. I do help with a lot of students in the minor, just even giving advice or stuff like that. And some plans that I do have after UC Merced is to pretty much become a teacher in either high school level or maybe even pursue college level education as well. Right now, currently, I am working on my teaching credentials, so I'm on my way to that career goal. And hopefully, maybe by the age of 25, I'll be already teaching at a high school. So that is the goal. Thank you for hearing me out.
Fantastic. Thank you all so much for that. We'd like to go ahead and jump into some of our questions now that are coming in from this great audience that we have. The first one I'd like to, Oscar, since you were just on with us, if you don't mind, we'll go ahead and toss this one over to you first.
Of course.
Fantastic. So what does community mean to you?
Okay, so for me, community really involves a sense of, I guess, love and tightness amongst people. Me personally, like something that really drove me to here UC Merced dealing with community is that I am a Central American student, meaning that my mother is from El Salvador and my dad is from Honduras. And being able to kind of have representation of my culture is something that I do involve with community specifically, just because, sometimes, Central American people, we do sometimes feel like a minority inside a minority, right? And so kind of receiving that representation in a community, a welcoming community here at UC Merced, is something that I acknowledge and I do appreciate. And to just answer the question again, I just feel like community is a sense of love amongst people that have a similar interest, a similar belonging, or something that brings them all together.
Thank you so much, Oscar. And before we continue on with questions, I want to go ahead and address the slide that everyone in the audience is seeing now. It does have to do with our Instagram giveaway. So again, we mentioned this at the start. I'll quickly go through the steps as you see them there. The criteria is just to attend tonight's event, which if you're hearing my voice right now, you're here. So you've already accomplished step number 1. Number 2 is just to simply follow our Instagram account, which is Life at UC Merced. You can also comment with your favorite celebration emoji and show your Bobcat spirit and how excited you are to be admitted here. And the last step is just to tag a friend. And if you don't have a friend yet that you would like to tag, feel free to make friends with Rufus Bobcat. He is the most lovable mascot around and we love him dearly. So feel free to use him as well. The rest of the criteria is listed there. We do want to make sure that you get your entry into that Instagram giveaway by 11:59 p.m. tonight, and that is Pacific time. Now, tomorrow night around 6 p.m., we will be doing the Instagram live, and that's where we will be drawing our names randomly. So make sure that you tune in for that. There are a couple restrictions, but all of the details are available on the Instagram post. And what you will be looking for is that image that you see on your screen now that says giveaway. So you will see that that is our most recent post that has been up on our Instagram, posted just a short while ago tonight. So you can go ahead and take a look there, drop all that information in there for us and follow our account and enter to win. All right, so we'll go ahead and keep this up there for you so that you can just take a look, maybe do a quick screenshot with your phone if you'd like to. And we will go ahead and move on to our next question with our student panel. And let's see, so the next question is, where do you find community at UC Merced? So let's go on to one of our other student panelists. Who would like to take this one?
Touching upon what Oscar said, I think community to me is a sense of belonging with just a group of individuals. And for me, I was really able to find that within the Student SIC Association. It's a club that I came into being the only Hispanic male, but I was welcomed with open arms. And again, it really speaks to the culture here at UC Merced. From students to faculty, it's a campus where individuals really want to welcome you and teach you, which is what I experienced. I was able to learn about a new religion and meet with people who share different experiences and different cultures. And that's where I was able to find community within the campus.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that. And let's go ahead and move on to our next question. I'm going to jump around a little bit in what's been coming in so we can try and get a variety of different questions and topics touched on. So this one has to do with amenities that are on campus. So can someone talk about the types of services that are available? That could be anything from our food services to different sports clubs, academic services, anything like that. What has been your experience? And I'll go over to Celeste.
Okay, so for me, I would definitely say ASSS. They have different amenities, like for example, using their area for studying, as well as Scantrons for when you need to take tests. TRV, which is a transfer returning veteran program. They've actually been very helpful to me within my first academic year. They had a book lending library. And then they also had free Scantrons, printing. So I definitely recommend looking out for more resources like this and looking out for the programs that are offered. As I said, like TRV is an option, but it's only for transfer, returning, and veteran students. But I'm pretty sure there's other programs for first years that could better accommodate you and could give you the same services.
And I'd like to talk to you each about how you chose your major and why you chose UC Merced. So let's go ahead and start this one off with, let's see who hasn't spoken yet. How about Haley? Would you like to start this one? Why did you choose UC Merced and how did you select your major?
Well, the reason I chose UC Merced, like I said before, was because of the smaller class sizes and the different research opportunities here, and also the financial aid packages. The reason I chose biology was I had also I had a long interest in it for a long time, to be honest. Even at my high school, I was in like a special program for kids who like wanted to go into like the medical field or the health field in general. So I kind of knew for a long time that I just wanted to be like go into the health field, and the best way for me to do that was to become a bio major because it was like a big stepping stone for me. You know, you get all the classes that you need, and it helps you a lot with getting into medical school with the required classes. So that's the reason I chose bio and the reason I chose UC Merced.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that. I think I'll take a pause for just a second before moving on to the next question. You did mention financial aid and what a great package you were offered here at UC Merced. So I just want to let our audience know that the UC Merced financial aid offer letters will start rolling out later this week, and they will continue after that. So definitely keep a lookout in your email for more updates and information about your financial aid award offer. And like I said, you should be seeing those coming as early as towards the later end of this week. So we definitely want you to take full advantage and see what a great package you have. And hopefully that will help you in making your decision to join us here as a Bobcat. The other thing I would like to mention to make sure that we do squeeze this information in, we have mentioned it a few times, but we do have a beautiful campus. We're very proud of where we're located here and all the green space and the high-tech amenities that we have. So we would love to show you that firsthand. So we do have a website that's tours.ucmerced.edu that we can drop in the chat for you. If you are interested in coming to our beautiful campus and taking a look for yourself firsthand, we encourage you to go to that website, get yourself signed up for a date and time to come on out and take a look at that beautiful campus. We would love to see you too and just say hello. So that's another opportunity for you. And as also mentioned before, the tours office does also have their own Instagram. So we can go ahead and drop that for you in the chat as well. It is UC Merced Tours. That is the Instagram handle. And once again, make sure you are posting to the Instagram channel of Life at UC Merced that you do see on the screen for the Instagram giveaway. So let's go ahead and take a look here at the other questions we have coming in. And I'd like to hand this one over to Oscar. Can you talk to us a little bit about what you have planned after your time at UC Merced? What type of career are you looking into?
Okay, so definitely. So for me, I want to go into pretty much becoming a teacher at a high school level, specifically mathematics. I am a really big fan of mathematics. I know many students, they say they're not, but trust me, math is really cool. I don't want to be, touche or anything. But I do want to go into teaching, and I would like to thank the university just because of the opportunity that they granted me just through the CalTeach program. Because of the CalTeach program, here at UC Merced, we do offer 2 different minors, and both minors do offer students here at UC Merced a teaching credential in their undergraduate. Pretty much, I myself am doing my teaching credential with an extension program through Fresno Pacific University. And the cool thing about it is that financial aid does help me in order to get that teaching credential as well. And so once I do complete all that, I do want to go into teaching and just pretty much teach students specifically in AVID programs and just kind of be a better teacher than many teachers that I had in the past. I want to be able to change the stigma that mathematics isn't like a boring or mathematics isn't for me. Mathematics is a beautiful subject. It's a subject that deals with analyzing different items, analyzing different areas of work. And it's like the essence of everything is what I like to compare it to. And so just going to the teaching and being able to teach like this ideology to many students, I think would benefit the stigma that there is with mathematics, and just kind of maybe even encourage many students to go into mathematics or anything dealing with mathematics as well.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I love hearing all of our student experiences and where you're headed after your journey here at UC Merced. So exciting. All right, so I want to toss this over just to one more student here. Let's go back over to Celeste. Would you also share with us your plans after UC Merced?
Yeah, so ever since I found out about UC Merced, I actually came for the summer before even applying or even attending or even like I only had visited the campus once. I've always liked the idea of being a student ambassador, so I'm thankful to have this opportunity. But then I actually found out about being an admissions rep like Iona, Nee, and Juan Carlos and others. And that's actually one opportunity that I would like to take, but only if it's open. Other than that, I would like to work within the high school system, working as a student union person just to help out like seniors with their applications within the UC, the CSU, and community college, of course, because there are many different routes and every student has their own specific journey. And I want to be there to help out with their process, because definitely being a first generation college student, it has shown me how much I've missed and how much I would like to help others with the things that I've missed and that I've learned, and I would like to help them throughout their journey. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Celeste. What a wonderful response. That's just amazing. Thank you so much for that. All right, so the next question, I'd like to toss this one over to Haley. And what is the best part of being a UC Merced student?
I believe the best part of being a UC Merced student is probably the community. At least for me, like especially when I first moved in, a lot of the people here were very friendly with me, and I actually made a lot of people on my floor because of it. And I think if we were, I guess more, if it wasn't because of the community and the vibe, just at the school, I probably wouldn't have made as many friends. And especially in my classes too, the way the classes are set up, the teachers, like they put you in groups because they know that, especially for us that we're first years and that those are beginning classes. So they put you in groups basically to help you find friends. And I found a lot of friends because of it. And not only my lectures, but also my like labs and discussions. So that's like one of the big things that I got from being here.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Haley. The next question I'd like to hand out to Martine. If we can go over, what type of advice would you offer to newly admitted Bobcats?
Okay, perfect. I think the main piece of advice I would offer to students, especially prospective students coming in as a first year, is to not be afraid to ask for help. I think at least that's what I kind of came in with, that misconception that I have to do it on my own, that I have to struggle, that, you know, through struggling is how you can learn, which in a sense is kind of true. But this campus offers, you know, a ton of resources that are there to help you throughout your journey. And I really encourage students to utilize them to the best of their ability, whether that's going to office hours, whether that's going to the STEM center, to the Chem center for help within your classes, or even utilizing the spaces that are on campus to study. Like when you live in the dorm, you have access to a lounge. If you're someone like me who can't do their homework in their room, utilizing those spaces to get your work done can be really beneficial to your academic journey. And again, just not being afraid to ask for help, because as Haley was saying, the community here on campus is one of the most friendly that I've ever been able to experience. So from your peers to your faculty, everyone wants to help. It's just a matter of being able to ask.
Thank you so much. I'm loving all of these responses so much tonight. All right, so just a quick reminder in between some of these questions, I do want to ask one of my colleagues behind the scenes if they can drop into chat the link for the next steps. So we do have an admitted website for you, and there is a list of your next steps and important dates and deadlines. Some of those do include things like housing. So there are specific deadlines that you want to make yourself aware of and mark your calendar, so that if you are interested in becoming an on-campus resident, that you make sure that you're filling out all of those applications and contracts and getting everything taken care of by those important dates. We have some other things that are listed there as well. You can go there and there's a quick checklist. It looks like we have 13 different steps that are there, and everything has different dates, as I said, associated with it. We make it as simple as possible. 13 might sound like a lot, but it's all laid out for you there. And so definitely take a look and bookmark that page so that you can continuously go back and double check where you are in the process. All right, so let's move on to our next question. Let's see, so outside of campus, what do all of you do in the actual city of Merced? And I'll go ahead and start with, let's start with Oscar on this one.
First of all, every morning on the weekends, I do go to this coffee shop downtown. It's called ASIP, and it's a really nice spot. It's really calm. It has a vibe to it. And so it's a really nice area to just go enjoy a cup of coffee. And that's what I like to do. For fun, there's many different areas here for like activities such as bowling. There is a laser tag rink here. We do have many different parks, and more specifically, something that I do also enjoy doing is taking the bike paths around Merced. So if you do come to UC Merced, which I do hope all of you end up SLRing to UC Merced, bring a bike, because there's so many different bike trails here at UC Merced, and it's just a matter of you hopping on a bike and just exploring it. I know that I've done, the longest one that I've done was around 8 miles, and it was just a bike trail. I did get tired and I asked my roommate to pick me up. But it was a really great experience, just because you go through all the rivers that cut through the Merced town. You go through these areas that look like a forest entrance. And so there's so many different things that you can do in those bike trails and just kind of see and explore. And other than that, I mean, I do believe that Celeste mentioned it earlier, but we're really close to different other cities as well that also contain other things as well. For example, one of the nearby big cities that we have that also offer a lot of like activities and just kind of hobbies that you can get involved with is Turlock. Turlock has a mall over there. It has a outlet, I believe, also, and it's just another area that's super close to us that students are able to go and pretty much just enjoy other spaces as well. And so that's kind of something that I do participate in, especially getting my coffee at ASIP. I do recommend it. If you guys do come to Merced, go grab a coffee there. And also, if you end up coming to UC Merced, bring a bike. You'll really enjoy it, and they will make your experience much more worth it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Oscar. I love that energy that all of you are bringing to this event and all of your personal experiences. It's fantastic. You're making me excited to be here and just reminding me of all the reasons why I'm here as well. All right. So the next question, I'd like to toss this one out to all of you. Actually, there's 2 questions. So one, let's start with Martine on this one. How large have your classes been?
Okay, perfect. I think that kind of depends, especially as you climb the ranks of your grade. So as a freshman, you're usually in introductory classes, which tend to be a little bit larger. I would say on average, your intro classes can span anywhere from 70 to 150. And that does kind of sound a little bit intimidating, but thankfully, with introductory classes, you are assigned a discussion section. So what that means is, if I'm taking intro to psychology, my big class would be that lecture with about 100 plus students where the professor lectures. But in addition to that, I would be assigned a discussion section for that course, which is with the TA, and it's in a much smaller setting with about 10 to 20 students, which is where the TA will go over the topics discussed in lecture and making sure that the students are kind of catching up and understanding what material is being taught in the course. Those are the bigger classes, but as I was progressing about to my second, third years, when the classes started to get smaller, because you are in more specific courses to your major. So on average, I would say anywhere from 30 to 60 are the sizes that I've been in for this semester.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that. And I'll go ahead and leave this question open for just a moment to the other student panelists. Do you have any other experiences that you would like to offer based on your majors?
No, yeah, definitely. So for example, like I mentioned earlier, I am an applied math student. And so I do take almost every math class here at UC Merced. And throughout my 4 years, registering for classes, it has never been an issue. And I think it's just because, just reiterating what Martin said, class sizes, once you start going into your upper divisions or even your mid division courses, your class sizes do end up getting a lot smaller. It's only really the intro courses that are gonna be like around 150, maybe 180 reaching it. I've never had a class that passes 180 students. And then after that, after my freshman year, all my classes just started getting smaller and smaller, which is a really good thing, just because when you do have those big classes, you do end up having that discussion section, just how Martin explained. And once you start going into your upper divs, that's when you're also having, you're having a discussion section to be able to speak to somebody who's either already taken the class or is also in the same type of degree path as you, as a TA. And you also get a more one-on-one connection with your professor as well, because the classes are much smaller. Like, I don't know how many professors I've gotten in contact with and been able to use them as a recommendation like for recommendation letters from them, just because during my classes, you know, it's 20 students, 30 students sometimes, and they get to know you on a name-by-name basis, and they get to know you as a student in order to be able to give you those resources such as those recommendation letters.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that great response. All right, so we definitely have more questions coming in. Thank you so much to our audience for continuously sending those in. We're hoping to get to most of those this evening, either behind the scenes or here in the live session. So the next question I'd like to toss out to our panelists: what has been, or who has been, the most helpful influence for your success at UC Merced? So this could be, you know, anybody. This could be someone in your family, a resource on campus, a mentor that you've met, professor, TA, a friend, colleague. And I will open that up to any or all of you to share. So again, the question: who or what has been the most helpful in helping you succeed?
So I think I can start this one. For me, a person that has really helped me ever since my freshman year, with just my degree path and just kind of giving me advice, both academically and just kind of like life advice as well, has been one of my professors for my minor, actually. Her name is Sue. Full name is Sue Campbell. But she's just been a professor that she's really integrated herself into my life, for my academics, and just being able to teach me more and more about how to become a better teacher, how to become a great student, and kind of just see both ways, so that when I do become a teacher, I can see both the perspective of a student and also the perspective of a teacher. And other than that, she's also been just a great mentor, just mentoring me through college and just giving me many advice on like what resources to take, scholarships that she's presented to me and stuff like that. And she's just been a really good help for me, just because she's a mentor that I've been able to oversee, and just be able to see and kind of like pretty much just learn from them. And I think that's really valuable for myself.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So I'd like to go ahead and hand it off to another panelist with the same question. Let's go up to Haley. So the question again is: who or what has been the most successful resource or helpful person or resource, as I said, since you've been at UC Merced?
Probably for me, I would just have to say my parents in general, especially ever since I got here. I'm from Southern California towards LA. They've been like a really big help for me, and I'm also the only child, so they like really help me and encourage me to like keep on going. And you know, if I need help, just to reach out for my to my TAs or my professors, like they're only an email away, or you know. So I think that they really helped me the most in trying to reach out and find different things in Merced to help me explore and become the person I am right now.
Great. Thank you so much, Haley. And Celeste, do you have anything that you'd like to add about who or what's been the most helpful for you here?
So for myself, as a transfer student, I actually got help from my community college counselor through the Puente program, and as well as the transfer counselor. And then even after that, I was connected with Iona Nee, and she helped me with a few of the process information. And once I actually got to campus, I connected with the TRV program, and they helped me like feel more welcome and more prepared for my first semester, because I definitely do have to say that at first I did feel very intimidated, especially because it was a different climate, a different set of perspective of being a type of student, and being first gen. That's definitely very intimidating, going into a classroom of like 60 students and just trying to fit in. So I definitely say trying to connect with programs and organizations to feel more welcome is definitely a good recommendation for you all. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, so much great information. All right, so a quick reminder to everyone here. I know we're getting closer towards the end of our event. Just a reminder that we do have that live Instagram giveaway. We will be doing the Instagram live portion of that tomorrow at 6 p.m. You do have all that criteria. All of the giveaway rules are available on your screen now, as well as the different dates and deadlines that are there. Again, just a quick reminder, the deadline is tonight, 11:59 p.m. So you only have a short window of time to go ahead and hop on over to our Instagram, Life at UC Merced, and participate participate there. And also a little bit further down the slide, you will also see another Instagram handle, which is UC Merced Tours. So that is obviously for our tours. We have great photography that's there that does display a little bit of our beautiful campus. And it's also a way for you to follow them for all of their events and also to get signed up for one of our campus tours. They also have a website that we have dropped over into the chat, and we can do so again. It's tours.ucmerced.edu. You definitely want to take full advantage of coming and seeing for yourself how lovely our campus is. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next question. So I'd like to find out a little bit more from our student panelists about what your experience with internships has been like. So where have you interned and what was that process like to search that? I'll just open it to the panel.
All right. So for me specifically, I haven't gotten involved with internships, so to speak. It's more about mentorships that I've been involved with highly, specifically in like my minor right now in the CalTeach program that I'm involved with. Just being able to get different mentor teachers that can mentor me and just kind of hand me the ropes that they've already learned is something that I've enjoyed at UC Merced, and it's a great resource that I've received just because it does allow me to be, you know, in person, be hands-on with everything, the lesson plans, just learning on base, if that makes sense, with the teacher is something that's really valuable for me. And I guess you can consider it an internship just because, you know, my definition of an internship is being able to have a mentor who's going to be teaching you the ropes while you're learning and kind of be in this program. And I guess that's what I'm really in the CalTeach program. I'm in a program that allows me to get a mentor, be able to learn from that mentor, and just be able to receive knowledge and experiences from that mentor that can hopefully be able to help me through my teaching career as well.
So I think similarly to Oscar, I was able to take some courses within the CalTeach minor. Again, that's a minor for those who are seeking to, you know, become a teacher in the future. It helps you get on track to apply to a teaching credential program. And the cool thing about it is that I was able to get direct experience in the classroom, which is something that is pretty difficult to do, but just being part of that minor here on campus, you automatically get enrolled into courses. I was able to work alongside a elementary teacher and shadow her for 3 hours out of the week. And it's really cool because it kind of showed me what it's like to be a teacher behind the scenes as well as like on the field. And I think that experience kind of showed me that although it is something that I really enjoy, I like to work with students, that the elementary scene wasn't for me. And that's the cool thing about these experiences, is that you get to try out these career paths and see how you would like it in the real world. So that's my experience with the CalTeach program as well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that. And I think we do have time for maybe one more question here. Let me go ahead and toss this out and I'll send it over to Haley. Can you talk about the extracurricular type activities that we do offer on campus? Maybe some of our bigger events, and especially if you've attended those. So things like Bobcat Day that's coming up in April, as well as Coachella, Treats and Beats, some of those types of events.
Okay, so one of the events I haven't attended was Treats and Beats. It was really fun. So basically what we do is that the school hires like a live, someone live to play music for us. And then they have rides and different things for you to do. Like you can go and take pictures and stuff. And basically it happens more towards at night, and you just go and have fun, and people, they like blast the music, and it's towards the back of the school. It's also free. So once you become a student here, you just like get a wristband and you just like basically walk in, and it's an event. It's a monitored event. It's not like just going crazy or anything. So it's also safe and stuff. And it was really fun when I went. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I went with me and my friends, and they had a Ferris wheel and a big like spinning ride. So that was really fun for us to do. It was just something to do on a weekend on, I believe it was Halloween weekend. Yeah, so that was the thing, Treats and Beats.
Great, thank you so much, Haley. Do we have any other student panelists that would like to touch on any of the extracurricular events that you've attended?
Yeah, I could go ahead and talk. So the event that Haley was talking about is actually hosted by UC Merced Campus Activities Board, and they actually host most of the student events on campus. So that's like Treats and Beats, that's it's a comedy night as well, movie night. There's also Coachella, which is like Coachella, literally the same thing, just everything's on campus and it's free of access to students, as it's a student-led organization, and it's already fully paid for, it's just free. And other events held on campus like Bobcat Day, I definitely recommend you all to come. It's a great event for you all to get a little like sneak peek at what it's like to be a Bobcat, and you get to see the campus firsthand, and as well as get a bunch of information and great resources on campus, and you might even see Rufus on campus. So that's actually pretty fun. And then other events that I've actually enjoyed is the journeys, the welcoming journey, which is you walk through the Scholars Lane Bridge and you enter through the sculpture to begin your journey at UC Merced. And once you graduate, you'll actually walk the opposite way to end your journey here at UC Merced, and hope for a better journey afterwards. And yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. We are getting closer to our wrap-up session here. So thank you so much to our student panelists for all of your great firsthand experiences being UC Merced Bobcats in your educational journey, extracurricular journey, everything that you've experienced here with us as being a Bobcat and a Merced resident while you've been here. So a quick reminder again, on your screen, you do still see that social media giveaway information. Go ahead and take a quick screenshot if you haven't already. The rules are there, and you can also just go ahead and hop on over as soon as we're done here in a moment to our Instagram page, which is life@UC Merced. Definitely go ahead and give us a follow, and you'll see that picture that you see now on your screen. You'll actually see that on the Instagram page, and that is the giveaway prize post. So make sure that you are commenting there. As the instructions state, you want to drop your favorite celebration emoji, just sharing your Bobcat spirit, as well as following that page and also tagging a friend. And you can always tag Rufus Bobcat, the most lovable Bobcat mascot around. All right, so all the instructions are there. At this time, we'd like to go ahead and move over to our next slide so we can share a little bit more information, that different ways that you can reach out to us if you do have questions. Once again, this is a great opportunity to go ahead and take a quick screenshot so that you have this later on. There is also a QR code there that you can take a moment to scan so that you have that information available. We also want to remind you, and at the bottom of the screen, you'll see the link there for Become a Bobcat. So Become a Bobcat is a virtual series of events, just like this one that we are kicking off tonight as this big celebration. We have lots of different topics that range from housing information, where we will go over the application process and the dates and deadlines and what that experience is actually like living on campus. We have a financial aid event that is also coming up. If you go to that website, you'll actually get all the details there. It will give you the dates, the times, the titles, descriptions, and even a button so that you can get yourself signed up and then get those reminder emails so that you don't forget to actually join us in one of those evening events for Become a Bobcat. As I mentioned earlier, we do have several different social media platforms that you can follow us on. Those are also listed there. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we also have a YouTube channel. Speaking of YouTube, this event tonight has been recorded, and we will get this put up for you in just the next couple of days. So we have the one that's listed there, the @UC Merced. We also have one that is specific for the admissions office and all of our recordings. So we will make sure that we drop that into the chat for you as well. And again, on that Become a Bobcat page, you don't even have to remember the YouTube handle at all. You can go directly to the Become a Bobcat website. And as soon as these events are over with, and we do have those recordings posted for you, instead of a register button, you'll see the view recording button there for you. Just click on it and you can watch this again or share it with your family if they were not able to attend with you tonight. All right, one more quick reminder, don't miss out on your opportunity to take a campus tour. So we've mentioned several times, but there is also an Instagram page for them. So it's UC Merced Tours. There's also a great website that we can once again drop into the chat for you so you can take a look there, get yourself and your family signed up for one of those tours. And at this time, I'd like to hand things over to the Director of Admissions, Dustin Noji, for a quick wrap up.
Thanks, Ricky. And I just want to thank everyone again tonight for being a part of this event. All of our panelists, our students, our staff, our faculty. You've been amazing. One of the things that I get to do as Director of Admissions every single year is read so many of your applications, from all the work that you put in your academic progress to your extracurricular activities, volunteer work, and even sharing some about yourself on your applications. Each and every one of you is amazing. And as the director of admissions, I want to make sure to congratulate you on your admissions and also to recognize those that have supported you to this point. Your admission is a testament to your hard work, and UC Merced is also a campus on the rise, just like you. Choosing to become a Bobcat means you'll join a campus that is ranked as one of the best public research institutions in less than 20 years. You'll also join a community of care that's dedicated to your success. And as you've heard tonight from many of our Bobcats who have gone on to do amazing things, we hope that you will get to see campus in person for yourself, because there's no better experience than to walk around UC Merced, to ask questions, and to make it feel like that's going to be your home for the next 4 to 5 years. As Ricky mentioned again, we hope you'll join us for Bobcat Day on April the 23rd, where you'll have the opportunity to see our campus in full of life and color, and all the different activities and academic programs will be there to greet you and your family. And hopefully you'll choose to become a Bobcat this fall. Again, on behalf of the Office of Admissions, congratulations to you and those that have supported you to this point. We hope to see you soon, and we hope you'll become a Bobcat. Thanks, Ricky.
Thank you so much, Dustin. And once again, a huge thank you to everyone who's been in attendance with us tonight. This has been such a great experience for us as staff members and students at UC Merced. So I hope that you felt the love coming out towards you, because it's very heartfelt. We're so excited to get new Bobcats, and we can't wait to meet you on campus, hopefully before you actually start at one of those campus tours. Before we do close out completely, again, take a quick screenshot of this contact page. You can also scan the QR code. We want to definitely make sure that we remind you that you do need to do your statement of intent to register. That's the SIR, that you'll be hearing a lot about that, especially if you start looking at your emails and your Next Steps website, which we can start dropping a couple more times of those links over into the chat. But the SIR, that is your statement of intent to register. We would love to have you commit to us here at UC Merced to become a Bobcat, and make sure that you do follow up with your SIR deposit. So there is more information available whenever you're going through the process. It will explain that a bit more, but that SIR deposit is very important. And also, we also want to remind you about the Become a Bobcat virtual series. Again, we'll drop that into the chat. If you haven't had a chance yet, this is your opportunity to go ahead and click on that link, take a look at the other upcoming events that we do have. One in particular is focused on financial aid, another one on housing. So you definitely want to take a look and get yourself signed up, because they're all very similar to this event, where you will have a great opportunity to ask your questions to these expert panelists. So don't miss out on those opportunities. One last thing, this event tonight has been recorded, as most of our Become a Bobcat, if not all, are actually recorded and available for on-demand replay later on the YouTube channel. Once again, that Become a Bobcat website is your one-stop shop to register and to replay some of these past events in case you don't have an opportunity to attend them live. Once again, this has been a fantastic night. We have loved spending our evening with you. Thank you so much for joining us. We are so excited to meet you sometime in the near future. Welcome to UC Merced and becoming a Bobcat. Have a great night, everybody.